Much like the past few episodes, this one also feels like setup. This time we get introduced to one of SpongeBob and Patrick's favourite pastimes, jellyfishing, an in-universe game that they love. The actual build-up is amazing. It's so serious and over the top. The fact they linger for a few seconds once the door is open is also so great. I found it very amusing, especially when it all falls flat as they skip away. I also felt like this one didn't have very much plot. Squidward gets badly injured after he accidentally chokes on a jellyfish and rides his bike off a cliff. I still have no idea why his bike exploded, but fair enough. From here, SpongeBob and Patrick attempt to give Squidward the best day ever. He is badly injured and isn't much of a willing participant. One thing I actually love is how mute Squidward is for the majority, ignoring a short conversation early on and the final few words of the episode. He doesn't say anything, yet via expressions and sounds, it's very clear what Squidward is thinking and feeling. Look, I wouldn't call this one Squidward torture, as there are decent elements and he is generally treated worse later on, but I would debate it's bordering on it. Like, he's rude to SpongeBob and Patrick and sarcastically brushes them off, but I don't think he deserved what he got. For example, Patrick blowing soup into Squidward's face is slapstick and really funny. This action came from a good place. Patrick was trying to feed his friend. There's no mean-spirited intention here, it's oblivious dumb, which makes the whole thing work. You feel bad for Squiddy, but are aware of what Patrick is attempting and failing. Whereas the giant jellyfish sapping Squidward seems cruel. Yes, Squidward was attempting to capture its child and wax the net against it, but it still feels a bit extreme. Especially when it comes back at the end. Honestly, I wanted it to zap SpongeBob and Patrick on Squidward's behalf. It could just be my reading, but it seemed a bit too much by the end. Like, Squidward went through so much in this episode. I did put a poll out asking what you guys thought, and this was the response. Well, for the first time since Help Wanted, we're back at the Krusty Krab. This is SpongeBob's first on-screen shift since Krabs hired him. I think it's kind of crazy that it's taken this long to see the most staple location again. Although, this is Mr. Krabs' second appearance on the whole show, which didn't feel right either. As the title highlights, this is the episode to introduce one of the best characters and arguably the show's most recognisable antagonist, Sheldon J. Plankton. Mr. Krabs' longtime business rival and enemy, the owner of the Chum Bucket who has dedicated his life to stealing the Krabby Patty formula. As far as introduction episodes go, I think this was quite a strong start for Plankton. He is introduced via a failed attempt to steal the formula. Krabs stops him and flings him onto a plate across the street. This is good. As I said, it's an organic reason for Krabs to explain to SpongeBob who Plankton is. And in this case, SpongeBob is the audience's stand-in. His size seems realistic proportion to other characters. I get it makes sense for the animation to draw him a bit bigger in future as it makes it easier to navigate plot, though it was a detail here I appreciated. We got his famous line almost immediately, which made me chuckle.
I went to college!
I appreciate how strong SpongeBob's character is. Plankton tried to manipulate him into handing the formula over, but SpongeBob stands strong and says no. I think a more modern iteration would have cried and tried to run away scared, or, I don't know, a building would have fallen on Plankton for some unknown reason. I think Plankton breaking into SpongeBob's head and controlling his brain is a nice continuation of that idea. It's evil enough to be his first failed mission, and it's very in character for him to fall to temptation and have it all fall apart. The patty is just so good. We also got a heaping amount of hilarious Plankton sass, which I love.
Shut your mouth, you mediocre clarinet player.
Mediocre?
So yeah, a very enjoyable episode.